Hearing to order at 3 o'clock for Monday, August 12th regarding the town plan. The following rules of conduct shall be followed during this public hearing. No person shall address council without permission. No person shall speak more than once or for more than 5 minutes, exclusive of the time required to answer questions from council. No member of council may debate the bylaw or item that is subject to the public hearing. Respect for staff, developers, council, and the public shall always be maintained. And any person who wishes to speak and address council shall state and spell their name and provide their municipal address for the record. I now declare the public hearing in session.
So today we are holding a public hearing regarding the Town of High Rivers Bylaw 2629-2024 and the Town Plan or Municipal Development Plan, which had its first reading at the regular meeting of council on April 22nd, 2024, and a first public hearing on May 22nd, 2024. Public hearings are held to listen to the public's support or concerns about issues before council votes, to listen to public opinion on issues with large impacts on the community or property owners, and meet requirements of the Municipal Government Act. Go ahead, Sarah.
Thank you. Yes, good afternoon. The town originally held the public hearing for the town plan on May 27th, 2024. The public hearing was completed successfully with no concerns. Administration received direction from council on June 10th, 2024 to submit that draft version of the town plan to the Calgary Metropolitan Region Board, or CMRB, for their approval process. So administration then proceeded to submit the town plan to the CMRB, and the CMRB provided some feedback after that. The first piece of feedback was a very simple matter. We just need to amend the submission letter to include the ministerial order number, and that needs to be included on the letter. That has been amended by administration. Next, CMRB administration noted that the town plan needs a map, and that map needs to show the regional transportation and transit corridors, and the town plan also needs a set of policies about how these corridors are going to be optimized and how impacts or potential impacts to these corridors will be mitigated. As a result, administration has created that new map that is in the report package, and also created 4 new policies about the corridors, and those are all listed in the report. Then the CMRB had some questions about place types, and they created a table to make sure that they fully understood our place types scheme, and they just asked administration to confirm that we totally agree with the table. We have no concerns with that table, so they can certainly move forward with that. And finally, CMRB administration suggested to town administration that we add some more content about agriculture. Administration discussed this item with them directly to make sure that we fully understood their concerns, and we did point out that we do have a policy currently that does not allow future annexations within the lifetime of the plan. We will certainly add that policy to the matrix that they require for the submission to really make that clear that not allowing annexations within the lifetime of the plan is going to protect agricultural uses on the town's boundaries. CMRB did note that they had not fully read the document at that time prior to giving these preliminary comments, so that they had not noticed that policy. That concludes my report. Are there any questions or comments from council?
Where do you want me to start? The CMRB. These comments coming back from CMRB are only coming back from CMRB staff, correct?
That's right, just the CMRB staff.
Because none of this has ever been discussed at a CMRB board meeting.
That's right. At this point in time, it's just CMRB administration making sure that the application is fully complete before they start the circulation process.
Okay, so what part of CMRB dictates whether a town plan is fully complete or not?
Well, there are policies in the GROW plan that say what a municipal development plan needs to include. And CMRB did say that for the town of High River, it is going to be a bit of a challenge because we are the first municipality under this current GROW plan to submit an MDP. So they asked me to create a checklist, which I did. That part wasn't, I missed that part in the checklist. So that is why it was missing.
Okay. Can you give me more clarification as to what their concern was about agricultural content?
Yeah, that one was confusing to me as well. So it was very important for me to get them on the phone to really hear and understand what their concerns were. They did note that there were very few policies specifically about agricultural production. I did point out that the town of High River is an urban municipality, so we don't exactly want to encourage agricultural production and operations within the municipality. Of course, we do want to encourage the effective and efficient agricultural production outside of the town boundaries, but inside of the town boundaries, I expressed to them my concern about encouraging too much agriculture because we really are an urban municipality. After we talked about that point, and after I did point out that we have the policy in the plan that speaks to not allowing annexation within the lifetime of the plan, that did seem to ease their concerns. So I think that they had just missed that policy of the plan. I don't really understand why they think that an urban municipality should have like agricultural operations in the boundaries. That didn't make sense to me.
Now, this is where it gets goofy because
Yes.
the only reason why any community annexes agricultural land is because whoever owns the land wants to develop the land and wants to bring it inside. It's got nothing to do with the municipality wanting to be farmers. We'd rather leave it in the county and allow it to be farmed.
Absolutely.
The problem is that it's the landowners themselves, not the town, that dictates that.
You're right. And
So I will question this with the CMRB board. This is one of the contentious things within the CMRB. So I was just curious when you said that as to what.
we also
It makes no sense to me whatsoever why they would be.
We also did hear
questions.
back from Foothills County, actually beyond the letter that is in the report package. They did provide a few suggestions that I think could be good. I think that all of their suggestions are for amendments to plans down the road. They weren't specifically for the town plan. They had some suggestions that we could certainly implement in the land use bylaw.
In what way?
Pardon me?
In what way?
I think we could implement.
Is the county advising us to protect ag land? I know I'm going a little off topic, but
Yes,
not.
they did provide
Is
that
that right,
comment.
eh? Okay,
Yes,
thanks.
yes.
it's beyond hypocritical. But leave it at that. I'm getting upset. Any other questions for Sarah and Halid to clarify? Councillor Smith?
Thank you, Mayor Snodgrass. I'm just curious, when it comes to the, was CMRB had notations here about roads and the corridor,
Yes,
but we don't control the roads once they leave our town boundary, correct?
yes,
And some of the roads actually still belong to the province that are in our town boundary.
that is correct.
Okay, so what is the purpose in their asking that for us?
I agree. It was definitely a difficult one for me and Halid to decide what we were going to write, because you were absolutely correct that the town doesn't control those corridors. So we really tried to focus on what we can control, which is development along the corridors. And that that is what all of those new policies are about. It's about development along those corridors, trying to make sure that those corridors are as optimized and efficient as possible. Again, it's the town of High River that is the first municipality to do our municipal development plan under this town plan. So it's not like I could just copy what another municipality did. I think all of the municipalities are very interested and curious to see what the town will be writing to go along with this section, because you are correct. It was a difficult one to write because the town has limited control over those corridors.
Fair, thank you.
Thank you.
No further questions from council? Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Alid. Is there anyone that wishes to speak in support of the bylaw? See none. Is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to the bylaw? See none. Is there anyone else deemed to be affected by the bylaw that wishes to speak? Correspondence was just the CMRB stuff, understand? Any clarification, questions from council? We just went through that, so I highly doubt it. No further questions. I close the public hearing at 3:11 p.m. Let me know when you're ready, Marcel. Can see him.